Good day everyone, especially to you ma'am. So today we will discuss about the chapter 6 in Sunny Spain. But before I start discuss about the life of Rizal in Spain, I will share with you some interesting trivia about the chapter 6 in Sunny Spain 1882 to 1885. So the first trivia, did you know that Rizal used only the surname Rizal while studying in Spain? He dropped Mercado to protect his family back home from Spanish authorities. The second trivia, Rizal was a very hardworking student. He studied two courses at the same time in Madrid. So the medical and philosophy and letters at the Universidad Central de Madrid. The third trivia, while in Spain, Rizal joined in the propaganda movement with our Filipino reforms. Through this group, they write articles and essays to ask for reforms in the Philippines. And the last trivia is Rizal was not just a scholar but also an artist and athlete. He paints, sculpture, and even practices fencing. This show he was a well-rounded and talented individual. And now I will discuss about the life of Jose Rizal in Spain. Rizal left Manila to complete his university studies and improve his God-given talent for the greater service of country. So after finishing the fourth-year medical course sa Santo Tomas, nagdesisyon si Jose Rizal na mag-aral sa Spain. So his elder brother Pasiano and two sisters Santorina and Neneng is nag-approve sila na doon nga mag-aral si Jose Rizal sa Spain. However, si Jose Rizal hindi siya nag-seek ng permission sa kanyang ina na si Doña Teodora. Kasi we all know na si Doña Teodora is hindi niya gustong mag-aral ulit si Jose Rizal sa Santo Tomas. So what more pa kung mag-aral si Jose Rizal sa Spain? So pumunta si Jose Rizal sa Spain para doon tapusin yung studies niya and para na rin matuto siya sa mga iba't ibang lingwahe. And ma-improve pa niya yung talent na meron siya para in the future is magagamit niya yon sa bayan. So yung Spain kasi noon is meron silang constitutional monarchy. So ibig sabihin, yung mga tao doon is may freedom. So meron silang tinatawag na freedom of speech, freedom of the press. So si Jose Rizal, natuwa siya doon sa meron doon sa Spain kaya sumali siya sa propaganda movement. So yung pagsalin ni Rizal sa propaganda movement is meron siyang mga kasama na iba pang mga Pinoy. So sumali sila doon para ipaglaban na magkaroon ng reforma at kaayusan yung maling pamamalakad sa Pilipinas. So his departure was kept a secret from the colonial official and friars. Only his uncle Antonio Rivera, Pasiano, and some of close friends knew that he was leaving. So yung pag-alis ni Jose Rizal papuntang Spain is isa siyang malaking sikreto. Through what? To avoid um, to avoid detection of the Spanish authorities and sa mga pare. So yung pagpunta niya doon is yung tanging nakakaalam lang talaga is si Uncle Antonio, si Pasiano, and yung mga close friend niya. So yung mga teacher niya sa Ateneo gave him letter of recommendation to member of their society sa Barcelona. So kaya si Jose Rizal noong May 3, 1882, umalis siya ng Pilipinas sakay ng barkong Salvadora. So si Pasiano gave him 700 pesos. So si Pasiano, nagbigay siya ng 700 pesos na baon ni Jose Rizal papuntang sa Spain. Si Santorina naman, nagbigay siya ng diamond ring and si Pasiano naman nagbigay siya ng allowance ng 35 pesos per month uh, was promised by Pasiano through Uncle Antonio. Rizal used a passport Jose Mercado. So yung pagpunta ni Jose Rizal sa Spain is yung ginamit niyang pangalan sa passport niya is hindi yung totoo niyang pangalan. Hindi yung full name niya, kundi yung nilagay niya doon sa passport niya as Jose Mercado para hindi talaga siya ma-detect ng mga Spanish authorities. He received a farewell telegram from Manuel T. Hidalgo and left Manila on the Salvador. So, nagpunta si Jose Rizal sa Calamba. So, yung pagpunta niya sa Calamba is nagkunwari siya na makikifiesta lang siya. So, nung pagkaraan, may dumating na telegram galing kay Manuel T. Hidalgo na nagsasabi na aalis na yung barkong Salvador papuntang Singapore. Kaya nung May 1, 1882, madaling araw, umalis si Jose Rizal sa Calamba sakay ng Karamota. So after 10 hours na biyahe, nakarating si Jose Rizal sa Maynila. So nung pagdating niya doon, nakabili agad siya ng tiket papuntang barkong Salvadora. So nakapagsulat pa siya ng farewell letter para sa kanyang family and friends. At sunrise, May 3, 1882, he heard Mass at Santo Domingo Church. So bago umalis si Jose Rizal, nagpa siya muna siya na pumunta sa church. So after niyang pumunta sa church sa Santo Domingo, is sumakay na siya ng barkong Salvadora. So nandoon yung mga ilang friends niya kabilang si Jengoy or si Jose Cecilio. So si Jose Cecilio siya yung humatid kay Jose Rizal nung papunta na si Jose Rizal sa barko ang Salvadora. So habang umaalis yung barko, kumakaway yung mga kaibigan ni Jose Rizal na tinataas nila yung kanilang panyo. So habang tinatanaw ni Jose Rizal yung Maynila, is napag-isipan niya na kumuha ng isang papel at lapis. So habang paalis na yung barko, is naisipan niya na iguhit yung huling tanaw niya sa Maynila. So habang nasa barko si Jose Rizal, is doon niya pinagmasdan yung mga tao at mga bagay na nasa paligid niya. So si Jose Rizal lang yung nag-iisang Pinoy na sumakay doon sa barko kasi yung mga pasahero doon is mga dayuhan, Spanish employees at mga negosyante sa Spain. So napansin rin niya na iba yung sinasabi ng mga tao doon tungkol sa Pilipino or tungkol sa Pilipinas. So pagkalipas ng 5 araw, nakarating yung barkong Salvadora sa Singapore. So first time makita ni Rizal ang Singapore, kaya namangha siya sa kagandahan ng lugar. And yung pinaka-hinahangaan niya talaga doon is yung tiwala na meron yung mga taga-Singapore sa kanilang gobyerno. At doon namangha si Jose Rizal sa kagandahan at maayos na pamamalakad ng gobyerno sa Singapore. Kaya napaisip si Jose Rizal na bakit hindi ganoon yung pamamalakad sa sariling bayan. So habang nasa Singapore si Rizal is binuhos niya yung oras niya doon. So sinulit niya yung pananatili niya doon, pumunta siya sa mga sikat na lugar. Pumunta siya sa Bonatica Garden, templates at art galleries. So meron siyang diary. So lahat ng mga nakikita niya doon is sinusulat niya sa diary niya. Next is the first trip to Suez Canal. Rizal boarded the Gemna from Singapore to Europe, a French steamer. So pagkatapos ng 2 araw sa Singapore, si Jose Rizal is sumakay siya sa barkong Gemna. So yung barkong Gemna is malawak siya at malinis kumpara sa barkong Salvadora. So yung sumakay si Jose Rizal sa Gemna papuntang Europe. So dito, na-realize ni Jose Rizal na mahirap pala gamitin yung French na natutunan niya sa Ateneo. Kasi yung French kasi na natutunan niya doon sa Ateneo is bookish French. So nahihirapan siyang intindihin ng mga pasahero doon. So yung ginawa ni Jose Rizal para mas maintindihan siya is gumamit siya ng Latin at Spanish word. So, minsan nag-a-action siya or hand gesture or minsan is ginuguhit na niya, dinodrawing na lang yung kung ano yung sasabihin niya para magkaintindihan sila. Pero kalaunan, nung araw-araw na ginagawa ni Jose Rizal yun, is natuto din siyang magsalita ng French. So, sa hinahaba-haba ng paglalakbay ni Jose Rizal, on June 2, nakarating na siya ng Suez Canal. So, ano nga ba yung Suez Canal? So, yung Suez Canal, isa siyang daanan ng mga barko. So, meron ito siyang gate. So, ito yung nagpaikli ng biyahe mula sa Asia papuntang Europe. So, on June 11, Rizal reached Naples. So, nakarating na si Jose Rizal sa Naples. So, yung Naples, isa siyang city sa Italy. So, after niya galing Naples, in the next day, June 12, nakarating naman siya sa Mariles, France. So, doon sila nag-stop over bago siya pumunta sa final destination niya, which is yung Barcelona.
Hello everyone, good day sa atin lahat. I am Dashma Brahim and topic natin today is super interesting. The life and works of our national hero Dr. Rizal during his time in Spain noong 1882 to hanggang 1885. He's in sunny Spain era. So, dito babasahin ko lang ang Babasahin ko lang ito. Sa Rizal took the train for the last lap of his trip to Spain. He crossed the Iranis and stopped for a day of the frontier town of Port Bu. Here, here he noticed the different accorded by the Spanish immigration officer. So, accorded by the Spanish immigration officer to tourists. In the indirect contact with the courtesy of the France immigration officer. So after the passport inspection of Fort Bu, Rizal continued to his trip by rail, finally reaching his destination Barcelona. It was the beginning of the summer of 1882. So Rizal first Eto, si Rizal, so paano nga ba naging journey niya doon sa Barcelona? So, sumakay si Rizal sa train papuntang Spain. Pag-abot niya sa Port Bo, napansin niya na medyo indifferent ang mga Spanish immigration officer unlike sa friendly French officer. So, yun ang napansin niya, no? So dito pagdating niya sa Barcelona, first na turn off siya na nakita niya na medyo dirty and unfriendly ang lugar. Pero later on, nag-iba ang nag-iba nag-iba ang tingin niya or iniisip niya sa ibang tao. So, nakita niya ang tunay na kagandahan ng city or syudad, the atmosphere of freedom, and the people na open-hearted, hospitable, and so, dito makikita nyo rin dyan yung nalagay ko na picture, no? Makikita nyo dyan yung dating Barcelona or Marseilles, or I don't know how to pronounce that. So, yan yung second biggest city in France sa Barcelona. So, he loves strolling along Las Ramblas, a famous street doon. Plus, ang mga Pinoy sa Barcelona, mga schoolmate niya ang welcome him, sila ang nagpakita sa kanya na attraction at Spanish culture. In return naman, balik ni Rizal naman sa kanila is chismis at balita naman sa Pilipinas ang kwento nito. So, dito, pumunta naman tayo sa kanyang essay na first time niya nagawa. So, ang title nito, Amor Patrio, which means love of the country. So, dito, which he wrote in Barcelona in 1882. So, Amor Patrio was Rizal first national list essay. So, ang essay na ito ay para sa Diaryong Tagalog, ang first daily newspaper with a Tagalog section. Si M. H. Del Villar ang nag-translate nito sa Tagalog. So, grabe no? Cause ng sensation sa mga Pinoy reader dahil sa nationalist flavor nito, urging them to love their homeland. Ang ganda ng comparison ng ginagamit niya. Ang pagmamahal sa bayan ay parang pagmamahal na bata sa nanay. So, maliban sa Amor Patrio, nagsulat din siya ng Los Biases or ang ibig sabihin nito Troubles and Revista de Madrid, which means Review of Madrid for the same paper. So his life in Madrid is where he was saddened by news of cholera epidemic in the Philippines. And his simple and frugal lifestyle in Madrid, his social life, and his studies. So, studying the documents, I is enrolled of university, the center of the Madrid. So, after nun, then lumipat si Rizal sa Madrid, sad siya noong time na yon dahil nabalitaan niya ang cholera epidemic sa Pilipinas. Pero kahit ganun, simple at frugal ang naging buhay niya dito. So, dito nag-enroll siya sa University Central de Madrid at kumuha ng 2 kurso na medicine and philosophy and letters. So, plus, hindi lang yan. Nag-aral din siya ng French at English ng nagpe-fencing, shooting at pumunta sa opera at concerts. Ganun siya. Sobra, diba? Sipag. So, syempre, parte ng buhay niya ang relationship. So, pumunta naman tayo sa relationship niya, no? So, Rizal relationship, particular with Consuelo Ortega Rey. And his friend Eduardo Delate, it notes that he initially had a romantic interest in Consuelo but ultimately did not pursue her, and that he broke off his friendship with Eduardo de Late, so for an unknown reason. So, syempre, no, parte ng kanyang buhay ang relationship. Nagkaroon siya ng romantic interest kay Consuelo Ortega. Pero, meron kasi siyang, ang alam ko is meron siyang karelasyon dito sa Pilipinas bago siya nagka-interest dyan sa kay Consuelo Ortega. Si Rivera ba yun? O, si Brad. Si Consuelo ay Consuelo Ortega ay anak ng isang Spanish liberal. Pero in the end, hindi niya ito sineryoso. Kasi nga, may karelasyon pa nga siya dito. So, dito rin siya nakipagkaibigan kay Eduardo de Lete. I don't know. But for some unknown reason, nag-break off ang friendship nila. So, FO na sila. So, ito naman isa sa mga significant event niya na naging member si Rizal ng Artikulo Espanyo-Pilipino at hinilingan siya ng mga members na magsulat ng isang tula. Ang naging title ay Me Peden Versus. They asked me for verse ang meaning. So, event with result. So, dito no, meaning nun, they asked me for verses. And sunod naman yung sa form niya. So, last is so this poem is very important because it showcase his loyalty and love for his country. Pero meron din siyang sa pangtula na about his time there in sunny Spain, 1885. So, Rizal time in Spain wasn't just about studying. It was also about him growing as a writer, nationalistic, and as a person. So, the things he learned and uh, experiences there play a huge role in his mission to fight for our country, freedom ang freedom. So, ngayon, medyo parang pan lang ang freedom sa ating lugar. So, that's it for today. I hope you learn a lot about this part of Rizal journey in Brazil. So, thank you for listening, and I am Dashma Brahim again, and thank you.
My name is Jomer Makim. Today we continue our topic in sunny Spain in 1882-1885. Rizal as a lover of books. During his stay up in Madrid, Rizal's favorite pastimes was reading, unlike many young Filipinos who wastes time gambling and flating. Rizal chose to spend his night at home reading books until midnight. His love for reading started in early childhood and only grew stronger during his studies in Spain. Rizal, a lover of books. When Rizal was studying in Madrid, Spain, he loved to read books more than anything else. Many other Filipino students in Spain waste their time gambling, drinking, or flirting when with women. But Rizal was different. He studied at home and read until midnight because reading was his favorite pastime since he was a child. The second one is to support this passion. Rizal saved money from his allowance by living simply with the savings. He bought books from second-hand bookstores owned by Senior Roses, truth that he was able to build private library with wine collections. It means because he wanted to read more, Rizal tried to save money from his allowance instead of spending on lectures or bought books from a second-hand bookstore owned by Senior Roses. Surely he's built up to private library for himself. Next, Rizal becomes Amazons. Well, in Spain, Rizal came into the contract with a rebel and Republican thinker whose home were Masons. It means when Rizal was in Spain, he met many people who were Masons. The Masons were groups of men who believed in the freedom, equality, and fighting against abuse of power in Spain. These Masons were very brave because they openly criticized and government and the Catholic. Next, he admit the how Spanish Mason openly and criticized government tried some things impossible to do in the Philippines without risking imprisonment or death. In 1883, Rizal joins the Masonic lodges Acacia in the Madrid when the Masonic name is the Masalang. It means results unlike them because in the Philippines nobody could do this safely. If Filipino criticize the Ferraris, they could be jailed or even executed. Because of of this, his friends encouraged him to join Masori in 1883. He became a member of the Masonic Lodge of Acacia in Madrid using the Masonic name Di Masalang. They have two reasons to become Amazons. The number one is to abuse the Friars in the Philippines, posing him towards Mansori. And number two, he needed to support Amazons to fight tyranny and injustice. Number one is he bad affairs to the Philippines abused their powers and results wanted to fight against their tyranny. And the number two is he needed the support of Mason to strengthen his fight for reforms and justice. Next, Rizal became a master of Mason in Solidaridad 1890 and later the Grands Orient de French 1892 in the Paris. After joining Mansori, Rizal distanced himself from the traditional Catholic practices, but he still maintained faith in the divine providence. It means later he became a master mason in Lourdes. So later read 1890 and against in Le Grand Orient of French 1892 in Paris. After becoming a mason, result is no longer a colliery practice Catholic traditions, but it's never lost its faith in the good. He still believed in divine providence, God's guidance in field. In short, Rizal joined Masaru because he gave him courage to alliance in his fight against the abuse, fears, and the Spain's government. Mansori became his shield and defending the Filipino for tyranny.
I will not read this definition anymore, I just explain what Rizal financial worries were. While Rizal was studying in Madrid, he and his family experienced serious financial difficulties. In Calamba, their main source of income was farming, rice, and sugarcane. Unfortunately, the harvest failed off the price, sugar dropping in the market. This meant that their income was very low. To make things worse, Dominican and Stan's manager who controlled the land of Rizal family cultivated, raised the rent to very high and unfair rate according to Rizal's story. This happened because the manager is not angry when Rizal's father refused to give him fat turkey at that time as a feast. Has already killed most of their turkeys, so Rizal's father needed to view remaining ones for breeding their small. Accidents caused by the manager take revenge by increasing their rent. Because of these financial problems in Calamba, Rizal allowance in Madrid was reduced or something. He did not receive any money at all. His brother Pasiano had to sacrifice and even sold their younger brother Pony just to send Rizal some money. Rizal, on the other hand, Rizal his best to serve his work as private tutor or rich students to earn extra income, even though to often experienced hunger and hardships. He never gave up on his studies. A memorable moment had spent on June 25, 1884. That morning, Rizal won prize in Greek despite not having instant since the night before because he had no money for food in evening of the same day. He still managed to deliver a brilliant space at banquet in honor of the Filipino painters Juan Luna and Felix Hidalgo. This story showed us that Rizal was not only intelligent but also resilient, hardworking, and department. Even in the middle of poverty and struggles, he kept moving forward, proving that sacrifice and persistence are needed to reach success and serve a greater purpose. In short, Rizal's financial worries highlight how his family sacrificed for him, how he endured hunger and poverty, and how to still succeed, taught determination and hard work. Next, Rizal salute Luna and Hidalgo. In 1884, at the National Expositions of the Fine Arts in Madrid, Juan Luna's Polarium won first prize gold medals. Felix Hidalgo, Christian Virgins exposed to the populace, won second prize silver medals. The Filipinos community celebrate with the banquet at the restaurants. English attended by Nobel Filipinos and Spaniards. Results delivered the main space honored Luna and Hidalgo as the prize of both Spain and the Philippines. Criticized and reminded such comes the producers of some Spaniards often touch to Luna Hidalgo, mother Spain, Filipino youth, and Filipino parents. Its mean, in 1884, Juan Luna and Felix Hidalgo brought honor to the Philippines by winning top prize. In a major arts competitions in Madrid, their victory showed the Filipinos called excellent alongside Europe's best in artists. To celebrate, a banquet was held where Rizal gave the main speech. Although nervous at first, Rizal spoke with the confidence and praised Luna and Hidalgo as a symbol of pride for both Spain and the Philippines. It also pointed out the polite but sharp weather prejudice of some Spaniards who could not see the greatness of Filipino. In the end of often their heart left those two parents to Spain, to the Filipino youth, and to Filipino parents who made sacrifices for their children. And this moment provide Rizal's skills and speaker has the desire to inspire national pride among Filipinos. The last part is the studies complete in Spain. Here we will learn about the courses and degrees that Rizal finished during his stay in Spain. Rizal studies in Spain. Medicine completed at University Central de Madrid. License in Medicine, June 24, 1884. Rating fair. Studies for Doctor of Medicine, 1885, but not award because no thesis, unpaid fees. Noble grades in medicines, legal medicine excellence, normal history excellence. Other regions from the fair to very good, philosophy and letters complete with high marks. License in philosophy letters, June 19, 1895, rating excellent. In short, Rizal finished his license in medicine in 1884 but did not receive his doctor's diploma because he lacked a thesis and fees. He's also earned a license in philosophy and letters in 1885 with excellent grades. This is where the life of Rizal in chapter 6 in Sunny Spain comes to end. Thank you for watching.